If you're a Unity investor, you might have realized that both Amazon and Microsoft have recently announced game development clouding solution tools. So in today's episode, I want to take a quick look at how Unity investors should look at this, and is this some form of competition for the company? But before we go there, I do want to take a quick look at Micron Earnings. They just reported, and they share a lot of great insights about the overall tech market, from data centers to EVs to mobiles and so much more. I also want to take a quick look at Alibaba. They just announced a recent investment in AR glasses. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. All right, so first let's take a quick look at Micron. They just reported earnings. Stock price did kind of jump in after hours, but we can see there has been a recent sell-off. If you are a Micron investor, you might not be too sad with past year's performance. It's been pretty much flat for the past year. So like I mentioned, Micron just recently reported earnings, and we can see they did beat analyst expectations in both earnings per share and revenue. Not only that, they also gave a very strong guidance for the upcoming year. Even though I am not a Micron investor, Micron has a very great presentation in my mind that shares a lot of great insight about the overall industry. And the main reason is because Micron's memory hits every part of the market, from automobiles to mobile devices. So if we take a quick look at their presentation, they do mention that data center revenue in fiscal quarter 2 grew 60% year over year. So there's still a huge demand for data centers, and I do believe this is going to bode well for all other kind of semiconductor companies that are in the semi industry. They do mention in the PC and graphics that they did see a recovery in client revenue driven by enterprise PCs. Next, they also mentioned that they have strong demand for the latest generations of gaming consoles and graphics cards. Graphics cards, PS5, Xbox X, and they're still so hard to find at the moment that there's still huge demand, and the companies are still building up their inventory. Now, if we take a quick look at other aspects, auto revenue set a new record. That is insane. Even though the auto production industry is kind of at its slowest because of the overall chip shortage, it actually just set a new record, mainly because new EVs are becoming like data centers on wheels, and over 100 new EV models to launch worldwide in this calendar year alone. So that again is impressive. The overall semiconductor market, again, I do believe is one that's going to continue to grow because of the likes of data centers, and because of the likes of auto industry. But not only that, we're also still seeing a growth in robotics. They do mention that industrial, they did see about a 60% year-over-year revenue growth, fueled by the continual ramp in applications such as factory automation and security systems. This is something that NVIDIA mentioned recently, that robotics right now is kind of seeing a huge leap forward due to artificial intelligence and machine learning, and that robotics is also another industry that investors should probably keep an eye out because of the growth potential like this. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers, the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service, so what are you waiting for? Thanks again for the Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. All right, so the next company we are going to take a quick look at is Alibaba. This is a stock that we can see in the past year. If you are an investor, you're most likely not happy, down over 47.75% for the past year. All right, so Alibaba led a $60 million funding into augmented reality glasses maker Nrio in metaverse play. And even though I'm not an Alibaba investor, the reason I wanted to kind of talk about this news is it just shows that we are really kind of entering this kind of augmented reality market, this virtual reality market. We're seeing a lot of big players really focus in this space right now. And when big companies, and numerous big companies, are focusing in this space, I do believe as investors we should kind of keep an eye in it. It's $60 million, right? I'm pretty sure for Alibaba it's not a big deal, but this collaboration with Nrio could help Alibaba expand its AR capabilities. And again, Alibaba has a lot lot of different businesses. They have their e-commerce side. They also have investments in like food deliveries and in other aspects where augmented reality can be used for that. Imagine having augmented reality glasses that help with kind of determining where you should go if you're in the food delivery system. Maybe if you are a consumer, if you're kind of wanting to test some stuff out digitally, you can kind of use these glasses. So there's a lot of tools and solutions that augmented mixed reality glasses can be used in the current day and age outside of this metaverse. Again, not investor of Alibaba, but again, I believe this is an important market that investors should kind of keep an eye on. So now the final topic I want to really talk about, and this is Unity. Unity is one of my favorite stocks at the moment. It is a tier 1 company, and I don't think this is changing with the recent news. We can see in the past year, Unity has been very, very volatile, but it is up about 6.7% compared to same time last year. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, Amazon and Microsoft are kind of entering the game development clouding solution tools, and maybe entering might be the wrong word to say. They're more like rebranding. These tools are tools that they've kind of had in the past, but now they're kind of rebranding them into more of a game development phase. So for example, Amazon released AWS for games, helping developers create new games experiences with purpose-built services, solutions, and partners. They're kind of focusing in 6 solution areas to help developers build, run, and grow their games. First is cloud game development, second game servers, game security, live operations, game analytics, game AI, and machine learning. And these clouding solutions help game developers and studios kind of create games anywhere they're at. To create games, you need very, very strong computers. You need some high processing power, high graphics computational power as well. It could be cheaper if you have a huge studio that instead of buying constantly new hardware, you kind of just pay Amazon or Microsoft to kind of get into their virtual machines, which are constantly being updated with the best processors, with the best graphics cards, and kind of just pay them for the infrastructure. So I want to say, as a Unity investors, this is not really a big deal, right? Because Unity is going to be one of the tools that are being used within those virtual machines, within those clouding solutions. But I do want to say a few things. First, Unity, for those not familiar, they have 2 aspects. They have the create game revenue, then they have revenue from the post-game creation, where you can manage, grow your game, and build your game even further. If we take a look at build, manage, and grow your games, they do kind of have solutions like analytics, like clouding solutions, remote configurations. So there might be some tools that Unity provides that might kind of compete with AWS and Microsoft. Again, this is not something new. I want to say most companies, they might always kind of compete with other players in small markets that they own. Not something as a Unity investor that I would worry about. I do want to say Amazon and Microsoft, these clouding solutions, I would say could just even help Unity grow more. And I don't think they're heavy in the competition, except for Amazon a bit. Amazon does have an open 3D engine. So this is a game engine, pretty much like Unity's game engine. Right now, Unity is still probably one of the most popular game engines. But if a lot of game studios are using, for example, Amazon's virtual machines, it could come pre-installed, and maybe people might start playing around with it and get more popular. At the moment, not something I would worry about, but if users somehow start to get more into that open 3D engine to some extent, obviously Unity has a huge toolbox which would kind of prevent many players from probably trying new game engines. Still something to keep in mind. So if you're a Unity investor, hopefully this eases your mind a little bit, where this is not major competition for the company. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.